Harrison Ford, he is apparently a very skilled joiner, trained as a carpenter or whatever. Yeah, and a friend of his was working on a film in Dublin. This was before the original Star Wars was made. And Harrison was at a loose end, you know, he was a jobbing actor, you know, just breaking into business, a loose end, and went off to Dublin because this mate wanted him to build a kitchen or something like that for him, you know, so I mean, that's why he was there. And, you know, somebody said to him, well, what are you doing? He says, I'm going to be doing this children's film, so doesn't sound that interesting, but I'm going to go and do it anyway. That was his take, apparently, on the first ever Star Wars, because at that stage they thought, I think Mark Hamill repeatedly said the same thing, they thought it was a kid's film. And perhaps it was, I don't know, but for whatever reason it's moved from being, quote, a kid's film into becoming, well, what do you call it? Iconic, I guess, you know what I mean? It's now, it has its own culture, and the culture is massive, you know. But the original perception of it was that it was just, quote, just another kid's film, you know?
I forgot the question. Oh, yeah. Well, frankly, I'd have played any part that didn't require 6 hours in a makeup
We had another question over this side, I think.
Basically the same.
Basically the same question.
Can I ask you what character you would have played if you had a chance? Jabba. Yeah, I wasn't expecting that. What, the whole thing, or just one part of it? Yeah, I love that.
I think if you're in Java, or if you're, what do you call it, the fish? You know the fish, and there was a fish character in Rogue One. Admiral.
It's General Radius in Rogue One.
Right, yeah. Well, I mean, honestly, you don't want to be, if you're on set all day, and you've got to put this thing over your head, and you can't see anything, you know. I can't even remember if he, quote, talked. I think he might just have nodded. You look amazing, yes, but you can't see that. You're inside the bloody thing, you know, and it's not very comfortable. Occasionally you're allowed out of it, you know, and something sort of like, you know, fans your face for bits, and then you actually realize there's such a thing as fresh air, and then you're back in it again. And if you're a smoker, forget it. You're never going to get your cigarette all day long, you know. So, I mean, definitely, you know, a part where you don't have to do through a whole lot of prep or wear something silly on your head all day is definitely preferable.
Michael, what was your reaction when you first saw the costume that you would be wearing for Big Fortune?
Well, I mean, I was never shown a picture of it. I was just told that, you know,
You just put in it.
it was going to be, yeah. And I used to go up now and again to do pre-production. I have a head cast made, hands cast. So I never saw what it looked like until the lighting test, which was the Friday before we started filming. And Nick Dudman, who made me up, I was made up in a dressing room down near the front of the studio, turned me around, turned me away from the mirror so I couldn't see what I was going to look like. And I was there in that chair for 8.5 hours before he finished. And then I was allowed to stand up and walk across to a wall mirror and see what it looked like. So that was the first time I actually had any idea what he was going to look like. And it was such a kind of striking image. It sort of almost told you how to play the role, slightly kind of fey, feminine, you know, odd, weird, or just weird, really. That was it. I had no idea until that point, none at all. And I just kind of ferreted around a bit and did a few things, and weird movements, and funny voice, and they said, that's so good, you know, you're a genius. You know the way they do in films. You think, yeah, I'll be replaced next week.
Okay, question from over there?
Seeing Peter Cushing, seeing deceased actors being played again in films, it's quite remarkable when I see Peter Cushing being portrayed in a
Now, Guy was an extraordinary likeness, but also, you know, he'd obviously looked carefully at the original material and was very close in all his mannerisms to it. I mean, it was an extraordinary creation.
Have you guys any thoughts about that? About the digital recreation of characters like Peter Cushing in Rogue One? Have you seen that, Michael?
No, I've seen photographs. I know the actor who did it as well, and there was a bit of a resemblance. Yeah, it's kind of extraordinary. But it's a bit scary in a way, isn't it? You know, they're kind of resurrecting all the Hollywood stars to make cameo appearances and things, and it just seems to be, you know, as an actor, I just think this is silly. It's just, you know, stupid. It sort of devalues everything to some degree. So it's a side of the business I feel quite wary of, in actual fact. I think it's people who've got a phenomenal talent inside a computer. It must be very stimulating for them, you know, the ones who can actually do that kind of thing. But it's just very, very old, you know. But I suppose he had to be recreated at that time. I mean, the old days, just to cast another actor who vaguely looked like him, and you know, it wouldn't have been any problem. You know, I think of Doctor Who. The fact that every new Doctor is completely different is, you know, is a characteristic of the piece. But I mean, there's been so many examples in the past of cast changes, and it hasn't really affected anything at all. This whole idea of, you know, just using an actor to become somebody else he isn't is slightly strange. It's a tremendous achievement, but I don't know, it just makes me feel it's a bit daft.
Felix, like in the Bond films, every single Bond from Felix is completely
Felix is different, yeah.
That's,
Who else has got a question? So, got one over there again.
When you get a part of something like Star Wars that's so big and you've got it for years, and then you've got things like Comic-Cons going on, do you feel you've got to get really immersed in the whole story so that you can sit there and answer all the questions and everything? Or do you know it's just from being around for the years that it's been, sort of films have been made?
The truth of the matter is that if you are a Star Wars fan or a Game of Thrones fan or a Doctor Who fan, you know that universe inside out, you followed it